Hey there, Chesterfield Baptist. I had to come out here in the middle of the woods to find a place that was quiet enough to record this video. And truth be told, things are a little loud and hectic around my place, but honestly, this is just one of my favorite places to be. I hope you're doing well and staying healthy. Please know that I miss you so very, very much. And truth be told, I hope that you miss our church too. I hope it's a place worth missing, and I certainly miss getting to see you there. But even if we can't be connected to one another right now, above all else, I hope that you're staying connected to God. I hope that you're taking the time to pray and to read the scriptures and to do other things like maybe meditation or just finding some silence and solitude to be in His presence. Because that's one of the things we can do right now. And certainly with all of the craziness going on around us, we could use Him to step in and to maybe fix things sooner rather than later. I've been reading the scriptures, particularly through the Psalms, which I think give voice to the people's experience of their relationship with God. And this morning I read Psalm 130, which just struck me. It starts out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. If you, O Lord, should mark sin, then who could stand? But with you, there is forgiveness, so that you might be revered. I certainly have found myself in recent days just saying, God, please hear us and end this. Preserve life in this pandemic. Preserve livelihoods. I hope you're praying to that end. And I also hope that you're praying for our church and for people in our church. I wanted to make sure that you're praying for Irene Tatum, who lost her husband of 67 years last week. And given the nature of our social isolation right now, we're not able to surround her and love her. She's a long-term church member, and we had to bury Irvin yesterday in a graveside service where only 8 people could come. So I hope you're praying for her and thinking of her because she's a dear part of our church family. I also hope that you'll keep in your prayers Newton Crump, who right now, Newton is stuck in the hospital fighting for his life. And because of the isolation of our hospitals right now, no one can go and see him. So his own wife, Mary, is also stuck at home just waiting news from him and trying to talk to him as many times a day as she can by phone. So please be in prayer for Newton and Mary through this difficult time. I think we're all a little disoriented. This is certainly an experience none of us have ever faced in our lifetimes, and we're trying to figure out what to do. To keep in touch with our church, we want to point you to 3 things. First, our website. We are trying to keep that updated on a daily basis. Our Facebook page, where we're trying to encourage some conversations and ask you to engage with us around a variety of things, and also trying to give you some ideas of how maybe you can make the most of this time while you're socially isolated. We also have a midweek email that we send out, and we're trying to send that out more regularly now. If you're not signed up for that, I would encourage you to do so. And if you have signed up for that, but you're not getting it right now, please check your spam folder. And if for some reason that you're not getting that email and you really want to get it, reach out to myself or to Chelsea Kidd, and we'll make sure that you're getting that email, that we have your email address right. And of course, please be calling your friends and family members in our church. Keep in touch with your Sunday school class. Use your phones to make sure that you're not increasingly isolated from our people who love you. We want to make sure also that you probably saw yesterday, we uploaded a worship service, a way that we hope will allow you to still worship with our congregation and engage the worship of our church. We've decided that we're going to post a few more of these, and given the seriousness, we certainly want to take this virus seriously, but we thought we would do something a little more lighthearted. So we're kind of focusing on more uplifting, lighthearted, even funny stories that you can find in the scripture. So take a look at that, and there'll be a few more coming in the days and weeks to come. Also want to make sure our church is in a great financial position right now. I'm in no way worried for our future, but any organization who is kind of cut off from its people, who doesn't get regular revenue in, no organization can survive long term like that. So I want to ask you to continue to remember us through giving. If you are interested at all in signing up for online giving, we would encourage you to do that. It's a very simple and safe process. access. It's very inexpensive. I give all of my tithes online now. But also, if you prefer just to simply mail in a check, you can still do that. We are checking the mail at the church daily, and we're happy if you want to mail in your gift, you can do that as well. Moreover, we have been working on trying to put together an online directory, and we think this is a great time to do everything we can to get that thing up and running. It is up and running now, but a pictorial directory does not work without pictures. So if you haven't accessed our church directory yet, we would encourage you to access that. Go get logged in. If you need help with that, again, reach out to myself or Chelsea Kidd or Susan Brennan. We'd be happy to help you get connected to that tool. Get your pictures uploaded, and certainly if you need phone numbers or contact information for anybody in our church, that is the tool that is available to you. Right now, it is only online, but as we get all of the pictures loaded into that, we will be more than happy to begin printing copies of that if you would like a paper copy. Got some notes here. I want to make sure I cover everything. I also want to let you know in terms of updates, we closed our church through this coming Saturday, March the 28th, and we are still abiding by that. And there's questions about what to do after that, what our church is going to do after that. Our deacons are meeting tomorrow, March the 25th at 6 p.m. To make a decision about the next few weeks of our church. I would ask you to pray for them if you don't mind. And if you want to talk to your deacon ahead of that meeting, just know that they will be meeting with us at 6 o'clock tomorrow night to make a decision about what we do from here into April. And then finally, I really do hope that you're praying, but I want to invite you to pray with us. And so we thought we would give kind of an old school prayer meeting, kind of do what we as God's people ought to be doing. And I want to invite you to Thursday, March the 26th at 11 a.m. to use an online tool, a video conferencing tool called Zoom, to do a prayer meeting with us. At 11 o'clock, I want to ask you and as many people from our church as possible to gather with us at 11 a.m. on Thursday, March the 26th, to join us in prayer for our current society, this pandemic, and to beg God to show up and to heal us. That Psalm 130 that I mentioned earlier ends like this. It says, "I wait for the Lord, my soul waits, and in his word I hope. My soul waits for the Lord, more than those who watch for the morning. O Israel, O people of God, hope in the Lord. For with the Lord there is steadfast love." God be with you, and I hope to see you Thursday when we meet online at 11 a.m.